Welcome back, oh honored guest. Surprised to hear from me? It was always a possibility that your cunning would defeat mine. That you would win, and I would lose. And so I knew I would need a way to reach you, even after death. To set the record straight. I couldn't leave you with so many mysteries still unsolved. In these hallways, my memory lives on. Here, I left you all the answers you crave. Bring your curiosities to me. Let me tell you some stories. The children of the Witness wage a war. It spans centuries and galaxies. They see the fall of thousands of civilizations, the silencing of millions of thoughts. In the mind of one of these warriors lives the memory of an ancient weapon, a blade that cuts with the shining edge of beautiful, terrible logic. Through a game of riddles, I steal this memory for myself. I make the weapon mine, but I do not keep it. I use it as a lure. I want to play a game. 2 lies, 2 truths. The Pyramid Blade is one key to defeating the Witness. The Witness seeks the final shape, and the final shape is nothing. The last city is not the last city. The Witness will build its army on Mars. This one's tricky. Let's see if you can crack it. I built this place. Did you know that? I've concentrated the psychic energy of the darkness into the world you see before you. I created a space where the past can manifest as if it were real again. Like you, I have walked the halls of memory many times. It's a gift I am sad to lose. Do you ever wonder why you can wield both light and dark, while the rest of us are constrained to one? There are so many questions left unanswered. I know what you're wondering. What is the relic on Mars? You used it to craft the Pyramid Blade, and it gifted you with the power to see memories preserved in darkness. But what is it? I led you to it, but I didn't put it there myself. What secret uses does it have? What hidden purpose? I asked you before, what is the nature of the relic on Mars? This is the truth. The relic is a time machine. That sounds strange, I'll admit, but the concept is really simple. The Witness used this device to revert Mars to the point of the collapse. This was the study it hoped to complete. Of course, the process left scars. But why should the Witness care what state Mars is in upon its return? It got what it wanted. I asked you before, what is the nature of the relic on Mars? This is the truth. When Mars returned, the Witness placed the relic as bait for the Guardians. What better lure for a people obsessed with combat than the power to create your own weapons? Another way of tying you inextricably to the powers of the pyramid, indebting you. I used it as a lure too, to bring you into my story. But beware that machine. It's more dangerous than you can know. I asked you before, what is the nature of the relic on Mars? This is the truth. The relic is a remnant of the first pyramid to visit Mars. Every place the darkness touched during your collapse, it left a calling card. Excavate the hills and cliffs and seas of your other planets and moons, and you'll find more. I wouldn't recommend it, though. I asked you before, what is the nature of the relic on Mars? This is the truth. The relic is a compendium of every weapon to ever exist. Every rifle and sword, every explosive, every harbinger of the Awoken, every war mind of Earth, even my own brew's most secret death song. It's all cataloged within this machine, intimately known and infinitely reproducible. The Witness wants you to think those weapons will all be yours. But you're more clever than that, aren't you? Shall we play a game? 2 lies, 2 truths. Mercury, Io, and Titan are in my care. The Witness returned Mars to your solar system. The power to move worlds will soon be yours. The Taken King will rise again. You Guardians are so clever. Tell me, what is true and what is false? It was thrilling to find a riddle that Oryx had missed. But of course, his cunning could never defeat mine. Do you know the last time I spoke with my brother? It was just before you killed him. I told him he would die, and he said, "I am always glad to die." I know what you're wondering. Why did Mars reappear? The Witness stole your planets and moons with a power from the deep. The power to move worlds from one place to another. So why has Mars returned while the others are still absent? And where are your lost friends? I asked you before, why did Mars return? This is the truth. The Witness never took Mars. I did. The Witness wished to take it, yes. But I acted first. I wanted to protect it, just as I wanted to protect your traveler. And when it was safe, I returned it to you. As for the others, well, I suppose you should have thought twice before killing me. I asked you before, Why did Mars return? This is the truth. It's simple. The witness was finished with it. Mars underwent a grueling autopsy, a post-mortem of its collapse. Data extracted, lessons learned. The witness spit it back, covered in incriminating fingerprints. Does that make you angry? I asked you before. Why did Mars return? This is the truth. Remember the Nine? Think. What happens to the Nine if this solar system is destroyed? Ask the emissary. Ask the agent. Perhaps they will grace you with an answer. For once. I asked you before. Why did Mars return? This is the truth. I brought Mars back. I learned the secret of the deep, the power to move worlds, and I dragged Mars from its extra-dimensional prison. Why? As a gift. As a test. A gift for your people, and a test of my power. Of course, it can be both. Let's play a game. 2 lies, 2 truths. Osiris is dead. Savathun is dead. The witness birthed the darkness. In the end, your destiny lies beyond this system. How provocative. Death, birth, and destiny, all in one riddle. What do you think, Guardian? When I lived as Osiris, I saw your world through human eyes. I've always been a student of humanity, but to live among you was a new delight. Love, loss, kindness, cruelty, pain, joy. A chorus of life. I savored every note. If only you hadn't killed me. I know what you're thinking. What is the witness? What is its nature, its form, its purpose? Does its existence shatter your preconceived notions of light and dark? Does it shake your beliefs to the core, crumble the boundaries of fact and fiction? For some of you, it does. I saw that doubt when I walked in your city on human legs. But for you, Guardian, what does it mean for you? We talked before. What is the witness? This is the truth. The witness is the child of darkness. Those who say there is no final shape, that darkness exists in perfect formless neutrality. Liars. It takes one to know one. The darkness will eat everything, and its shape will be the witness's teeth. We talked before. What is the witness? This is the truth. The witness birthed the darkness. Darkness is the errant child of a tight-fisted creator. A force designed for wicked purposes, but with a will of its own. You have begun a tug of war to claim the darkness for yourself. I hope you win. We talked before. What is the witness? This is the truth. The witness was once mortal. Its people were blessed by the light, just as your kind were. In the light, these beings found power and knowledge. But they were not content. Power and knowledge turned to greed and despair. The witness was forever changed. We talked before. What is the witness? This is the truth. The witness was once mortal. Its people were blessed by the shadow of darkness, just as your kind were blessed by light. In that darkness, these beings found power and knowledge. But they were not content. Power and knowledge turned to greed and despair. The witness was forever changed. We should play a game. 2 lies, 2 truths. The traveler will leave. The traveler will fall. The traveler is not the only one of its kind. The Hive are not the last to be chosen by the light. Such an enigmatic creature, our traveler. And so fickle. What do you think? I didn't want to die, you know. I have always wanted to live. To sail endless seas. Visit infinite skies. When I first learned the logic, this was my deepest confusion. The sword values life over everything else. But it is a life defined by constant death. A near-eternal winnowing. I began to wonder, when you've destroyed everything but yourself, what of life is left to live? I can practically hear the question on the tip of your tongue. Why did the traveler choose the Hive? It violates everything you thought the light stood for. It puts power into the hands of your oldest enemies. And for what? Our God is always silent. It gives no answers. I asked you before, why did the traveler choose the Hive? This is the truth. It didn't. The traveler doesn't choose. It acts on pure mathematical calculation. A different logic than the sword, but logic all the same. Does that disappoint you? I understand. We want to be important. Special. I'm sorry. I asked you before, why did the traveler choose the Hive? This is the truth. It didn't. The Traveler chose me. I used the light it gave me to draw in other ghosts. They flocked to me like moths, and I welcome them to my coven. As for why it chose me, the same reason it chose you, oh honored guest. I asked you before, why did the Traveler choose the Hive? This is the truth. In a moment of grace, the ultimate act of forgiveness, the Traveler placed its own heart into the hands of its enemy and said, "Change your ways." We, who have fought all our lives, chased and warred and killed, how could we comprehend that? How could we accept such a complete denial of self-preservation? It defies understanding. I asked you before, why did the Traveler choose the Hive? This is the truth. It needed protection. You were the first. An army created in a moment of panic, a desperate grab for survival. But when you drifted toward the darkness, it saw its mistake. It realized humanity could not serve it any longer. And so, the Traveler made a choice.